Hey guys, this is silverlava and welcome back to Room update video number 2. In this episode we're going to be going through rooms 9 through 16. So if you're looking for how to get through one of those rooms in there, then this is the episode for you. There was a large gap between the first episode and this one in the uploading time. I was a bit delayed, I'm sorry about that. But the third episode of this should be going out on Saturday this week, and the final 2 episodes should be going out next week. So by the end of next week, all the episodes should be up. The last episode will probably go up on Saturday of next week. So there you go. I just broke that sign because I'm creative. So there you go. That's how that works. Okay, so we're gonna go right down to room 9 because I want this to be short. There was a sign there that said room 9, but I just broke it, which you saw. Okay, the rest is room 9. All right. So when you start room 9, behind you there's some water here, right? In the previous room, which was room 8, the button was right behind here, so you might know this time to turn around once you spawn. Plus, you can probably hear the water. So there you go. If you turn around in room 9, there is water coming down, but there's a block in the way, so you can't get back. If you jump down here, the water is now 4 deep, which it was only 2 deep before. And if you come up here, this room is blocked off over here, just like it was in the last room. Now, going down here, it looks the same until you get down here. This is quite different from room 8. Alright, so these signs right here say, this is something I came up with a while ago. I call it void parkour. There's a lot of cool things you can do if you experiment. So this is what I'm talking about by void parkour. It's just this water on top of the void. I did not use MC Edit for this at all. This is just placing water buckets over top of the void and taking away the blocks to support it. That's all this is. And it's actually really cool how it works. Okay, so how to get through this room, though. You cannot jump to get down here. Jumping will take your momentum through the water, so you can't jump to the edge here because you'll just fall through. And you can't, and for similar reasons, you can't just jump to the ending water stream either. So we respawn here. Now this is a bit annoying that this is 4 deep. I noticed that, but it usually doesn't take more than 1 or 2 tries for most people, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so you come back down here. You have to actually just fall, and then you have just enough upward momentum to get back up on top of the water. Alright, so now all you gotta do is just go along here, just keep holding space. Now I saw a few people like trying to bounce off the wall like that. You don't need to do that. I think that actually makes it harder. Just wait till you bob up and go. It's pretty easy. Now I've been doing this a while. I think I came up with this I came up with this like 2 years ago, and I just never used it in a map. Well, this is the first map I've uploaded, so, but I've never made a puzzle map before. Okay, and I failed. But I've definitely made creations before, so I've been using it there, and I've never seen anyone do that, putting water on top of the void and having it swim across it. If anyone has seen that, then please tell me, because I'd like to see where else it's used. I think it'd be cool. But since no one else has used it, I thought I just jumped there. Okay, this might take a bit. I thought it'd be appropriate for me to name it since, you know, there was no other name for it previously, so I named it Void Parkour. It's an okay name, I guess. It can mean multiple things. It doesn't have anything to do with water, but I've never heard the name Void Parkour used for anything either, so I get to choose that name. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna cut, and I'll show you, me getting across the room, because this is ridiculous. It's because I'm talking, I think. I can't concentrate while I'm talking. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back here. Hopefully I make it this time. If not, I'll just skip to the end, because I'm usually able to make this. I think it's possibly the recording is making it lag a bit more. There we go. Alright, that was a bit too low, but I think I'm good. So you just gotta wait till you bob upward, then move forward as you go up. Perfect. And last time. Done. Okay. Alright, so after you complete that, which might take a few tries, like it did for me, come up here and there's this room. Now in the previous room this was just 1 lever, you flipped it and this opened. Now it's 3 levers, and these signs over here are the thing that give the hint to the levers. Now this room was actually a suggestion. If you don't know, I did updates to the map as I was making it, because there was a beta version beforehand. So I asked for ideas for different rooms, and a few people gave me ideas. Well, it was actually only 3 people, and one of them I know personally, but this was one of the ones I don't know. This was from Action Crash Gaming, this idea for just this little part here. I didn't quite incorporate what he was trying to say, what he was trying to do. I understood it, but there was nowhere I could really use it. so I did the best I could. So here it is in the chat. So his suggestion was a room with 100 or less of your choice levers, and there's a bunch of signs parallel from the lever. X for flip up and O for flip down. They have to copy it onto the levers from the pattern of the sign. Okay, so a bit less than 100. It's only 3. I think that's a little bit less than 100. 300 probably. And I also switched his X's and O's thing. It's X for down and O for up, but I just thought that was because like X usually means like target, and flipping a lever down means power. So I just combined those two. So it's flipped a bit. But yeah, that's basically all it is. It's 3 levers instead of 100, so I'm sorry about that. I actually had already made this room when I put out that video asking for ideas. So I just came back and added it here because I wanted to add everyone's. Alright, but like I said, you just flip these two with the X and this will open. Any other combination of this, the door won't open. So it has to be this down, these two down, and this one up. That's just a bit of redstone logic back there. You can probably look up a tutorial if you really want to know. Alright, and if you do that, that water from the beginning will fall down. So remember there was water at the top of the first part. It's now fallen because the block has gone away, and as soon as we get up here, which I will skip because it's boring. Come on, there we go. Get up here, this is open, and you actually have to fly into here, and up here, and here's the button. Alright, moving on to room 10, which gets off to a weird start. Alright, room 10. In the beginning, there's some water pushing you. That's just to, because in the last room, room 9, there was water back there, so I was trying to show that this wall would move forward and push the water with it. So that's the reason that's there. Just trying to copy the rooms exactly. Alright, so as you fall, you're going to fall way down here, and you're probably going to see this down there, which is where you're actually supposed to go. But let's go up here first, in case people don't notice that. So this over here, this is the lapis block with the button on it, but it says, sorry, other side. So the button is on the other side of this wall, and you need to get over there somehow. Now this button, this just puts you into lava. If I go fall down, you get set on fire, and you start taking damage from the void. So, pointless to press the button, it's just there because it's used in rooms later on. Because it's kind of a staple of the map. That hole, at least the hole, is a staple of the map. So, I wanted to keep it there in this room. Well, it's there for, like, up into room 20 or something, I don't know. Half the rooms. Alright, so that doesn't do anything, it just drops you down to the lava. But going down here, there's actually a more void parkour, which is the name I gave to just putting water on top of the void. Because I explained this in the previous room, but if you didn't watch that, no, I'd never seen anyone do it before, so I decided I could name it. And if anyone has seen that done before, water on top of void, please tell me, because I'd really like to see where else it was done. Alright, so the difference in this room is that it's flowing, and I'm having trouble here because I'm recording. I can usually do this first try if I'm not. But, yeah, falling down here, let's see if I can make this. So, a few people are trying to fight the current. That's a bad idea. It's a lot easier to just go with the current because the current will actually boost you onto different things. Now, I actually remade this room a few times, because originally I had you having to jump off of, like, current flowing against you. So you had, like, the current flowing this way, and you had to jump off of it like this. That is possible to do, but it's really difficult. So the only part I left where it's flowing against you is right here, and then I just had you going with it for the next jump anyway. So it's significantly easier. And I actually did it to a lot of rooms. There was definitely a few parkour rooms that were a lot harder when I originally did them. Okay, well, that can happen if you're not careful. Just failing on the last room. I will get over there and be right back. Should be a lot easier, like I said, once I'm not recording. Okay, so once you make it into the water stream here, all you have to do is go up through this hole in the ceiling. This glass is just to let sunlight in. I think I've explained this before. The sunlight will go directly down, which is a good way to light up everything below you. Which is why there's glass at the top of the tower in the beginning. But that's it. This is just the lapis block you saw on the other side. And there's nothing else in this room. It's just left over from the previous location. And if you press this, it takes you right to room 11. Alright, room 11. This is my least favorite room in the entire map because it's not built well. It used to be even worse, but I recently uploaded a change to the map in the thing. On the site, I uploaded a different download link, so I updated the map slightly to make this better, because there was a few problems, and the biggest problem was with this room. So there's a button over here, and it fires a sponge out of this dispenser and drops into the water. And that's what it was supposed to do for anyone that played the version before it was updated. It was supposed to do exactly what you're seeing now. One sponge firing out of there. But in the previous version, before I updated the map, there used to be one channel of water, so the sponge would land on the side sometimes, and it spit out 3 sponges, or it was like 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that. But that was due to a burnt out torch that I accidentally left in the redstone. That was not intentional at all. It was always supposed to spit out 1. So there's a little trivia for you. But yeah, that was updated and fixed, and now this room is a lot better, although it's still my least favorite. Mostly because it took so long. At this point, I had no idea what I was doing for the rest of the rooms. I had to stop for like 2 weeks working on the map after this, because I had no idea what I was doing. So this is the least favorite room, because this is like the one where I completely ran into ideas. But anyway, I fired the sensor back there. You can see the sponge right there. I don't know if you can, but it's right there. And I should probably move quickly because that'll despawn after 5 minutes, but I think we're okay. Alright, so over here there's some signs that tell you what to do. Because I assumed that most people wouldn't be able to figure out this level. And I was right. A lot of people needed those signs. Okay, so one lead item through, that's just the sponge. Let it through there. Wooden plate and gate. Some people don't know what an AND gate is. I saw people read this as like wooden plate and then a gate. Like wooden plate and then also worry about a gate. No, this AND gate is a noun, like a single noun. It's a wooden pressure plate AND gate. An AND gate is when you have 2 signals that do one thing. So if you have 2 inputs on at the same time, they go into 1 output. And in this case, it's if you have both of these wooden pressure plates pressed down, this block goes down. So that's what the AND gate is. That's why it's capitalized, if you didn't get that. Okay, so this is just explaining that you should be fast because you got 5 minutes. I think everyone did it. 5 minutes is a lot longer than you think. Then 3, one more item. That's just the one that flows down the central passage. And then observe how subtle the changes are from the previous room, because this is not anything close to the previous room where you had like a bunch of water parkour stuff down here, a passage down there. Now it's just random glass everywhere, staircase that only leads down halfway. I don't know. And then get out of this hardly built level. So even back then I hated this level. And then this is something I added in the previous one because this sign was empty before, but this says, the pointless sign will haunt you forever, pointlessly. Alright, so is this despawned? No. Alright, so these 2 pressure plates control the entire 4 pistons of this room. This one takes down that one, and this one takes down that one and the one over there. So this sponge, to get the sponge through, I saw a lot of people like shifting back and forth. You don't need to do that. You can just stand on both at once, and then I'll rest it directly against that back wall there. Okay, my disk space just filled up in the middle of that. I was not expecting that. I just deleted some stuff and we're good now. Alright, moving on with the explanation. So the sponge should be resting against that wall right there, just that block right there, the iron block. And if I move off to one side, the sponge is just going to go along that side. It's that easy. And there it is, it's going to appear, and I didn't hold it for long enough, but there you go, now it's on that, and now we gotta hurry because that sponge has been waiting there for a while. If we run up here, press the button a second time, come back down here, we do the exact same thing, except this time we put the sponge off this way. So stand on both. Sponge is going to get to there. Just give it enough time to get to there because you can't see it. And then once you think it's there, you're going to step off to the left. And it's going to flow that way. Then you stand on here long enough for it to get to that pressure plate, which I think is good. And there you go. You can see when it's put on that pressure plate, this opened up and the water flew that way into this. Alright, so now we just get a third sponge. Press that. Come back down, and same thing, we just stand on both, and it'll take itself from there. Go, we should be able to see it. Maybe not, I think I saw it. Yeah, there it is. Let's get on here, and as soon as it lands on this pressure plate, there'll be some tricky piston stuff going on here, and the button will appear. There we go. And that was room 11. Okay, room 12. This is one of the rooms that took people a long time unnecessarily. If we fall down here and you look this way, you might have seen for a second there was a button. If I swim back up here, you'll be able to see it easier. There you go. There's a button right there. Now, if we get on here, there's 3 buttons around here, and they all make a block appear on that thing. Some people are confused about what they do. All this button does Just place a block right there. The only thing this button over here does is place a block in the middle there, and there's a bit of void there, so you gotta avoid that. And this button places a block down here. Now you don't even need to press that one in the back, because you could just jump up to here. There's void down there, nothing else though, and there's water here. Now obviously everyone's gonna run up these stairs immediately and see that the button is there again, and there's no way to get to it. Now this actually took people a lot longer to figure out than I thought. There's a hole that's always been there the entire time, and it's right there. This sign I put here in the when I updated the map. Remember when I updated room 11, I also put the sign here to help people find this. So I did not expect it to take this long. So I just put this little kind of riddle, I guess. Can't find the button, just turn the right way, and it's obvious. So you're literally just supposed to turn to the right, and it's right here in the ceiling. This is the actual button. Let me show you. So this button is a decoy. It does absolutely nothing. You're supposed to think that this button does something. So as you fall, you see it, and as you're looking through the glass, you see it. But it does nothing. It's not connected to anything whatsoever. So this button is the real button. But it's that simple. All you have to do is press this button and on to room 13. Alright, this is the tutorial section for room 13 right now, but I just want to go back to room 12 to show something that I forgot to say. See these blocks in the ceiling here? They're important. There's a hole right below this hole right here. There's one of them right below this hole. Keep that in mind, and there's also one right there. Alright, now if I go back to room 13, which is what this part of the tutorial is supposed to be going over. Up here. Okay, room 13. So we go down here, just some glass. Same as, actually not same as last time. It was same as room 11. But you can see there's just void down there. And then you can see the button right here. This is not a decoy this time. It's actually there. If you go down here, sand and pressure plates. If we step off this one, you can see there's TNT, right? And sometimes you pick up a pressure plate. We can go all around these and they're all TNT. But if you look up, you can see there's actually iron blocks under there. That's a hint. The previous room, the iron blocks underneath was a hint. Those iron blocks are in the exact same place as they were in the previous room. This is one of the iron blocks right here, so you can stand on it. And there's another one I think I showed right over here somewhere, right? Right here. Yeah, right there. There you go. You can see it right there. So they're all the same, and that doesn't mean nothing. You don't have to look at that hint whatsoever to complete this room. So yeah, there's the iron block that I showed you. Basically, all you have to do to complete this room is just run and jump, and it's pretty easy. And this block does not fall, so you can just land here. And the only reason there are iron blocks is if someone messes up so much that the room has literally been cleared, there'll still be parkour jumps for them to do. But other than that, all you have to do is jump. And if I pick up a pressure plate here, by the way, how do I do that? Okay, well I tried. Anyway, if you pick up a pressure plate, the command block will just clear your inventory, so you're good. And all you have to do is walk up those stairs and press that button. And I'll move on to room 14 right now. So here we go. That was room 13. Now moving on to room 14. Okay, room 14. This is the room I was thinking of when I said that observant people will be rewarded in the beginning of the map. It's definitely this room. There's a lot of other rooms that do that, obviously, but this is the main room that I'm talking about. If you walk in here and you're observant, you'll see that there's a button there and a pressure plate with sand right there. Now, it's another thing. If you know Minecraft mechanics, you'll know a pressure plate on top of sand will make it fall if it's floating. And if you go down here, you can see the sand is actually floating. Now, there's random iron blocks here that don't do anything because this is all sand, right? As you go up here, though, you can see the pressure plate is right here, and if you looked, you could know the button is up there. Now, if you're smart, you'll be able to figure out that when you press this sand is going to fall and trigger this sand down here, and it'll all fall away. But the smart people will just shift on this and be able to press the button up here. Now I'm going to show you what the people that don't realize that do, which is actually less than half. I expected a lot more people to fall on this, but a lot of people were actually new enough to press the button up there, which was interesting. Okay, so this is what happens when you just like run in here without thinking. All the sand falls away. And now you have to do parkour on these iron blocks that now have a purpose. So let's see if I can do this with the recording on. If not, I'll just pause the recording and get back to you in room 15. This is pretty easy though. There we go. Okay, and then all you have to do is just shift over here and press this button. Okay, room 15. Alright, room 15 is the first of many maze rooms. There's a long series of very similar mazes at this part, which if you played the map, you already know. And you should have played the map if you're watching this. So, just a maze, and all you have to do is get through this. Room 15, yeah, it's just a maze. I'll show you the correct path, and then we'll be done. And the other variants of the maze have different aspects to them. So if you go over here, you can see the button is right there. Fall down this hole. You got another maze. You can jump to see the passage, but I already know it. It's this way. Over here. Over here. Now, I'm actually pretty good at building mazes. I know how to trick people. A lot of people would just go down this passage first, because it looks like it's going there, or go down this passage, because it looks like it's closer to the stairs. It's actually this passage that takes you there. It's the most direct passage, too, which most people don't expect. Then, people expect this one to take them to the stairs, because obviously it goes closer to the stairs, but nope. And then, again, over here, people expect this passage to take them to the stairs. Nope. It's actually over here. You have to go all the way around the other side of the stairs and up here. And then this, I don't know what I was doing here. This is just a random kind of delay thing. I was going to try to make a maze in this room, and then I realized that was impossible, so I just left it like it is. And this is the only reason the gap in the floor is here is to show, like, you know, since the previous room, the sand fell away here, so. But you can press the button if you fall down here, so it's no big deal. Okay, so this is the last room in episode 2 of the tutorials. Room 16 is another maze, like I said before, but this time there's lava. And if you look, you can see that there's netherrack over here, which is supposed to signify that there's a button. And you can also see there's lava here, lava there. So what this will do is just give you fire resistance for 30 seconds. That's actually a long time. You can easily make it to that lava in 30 seconds by just walking. And I could have made it like 20 seconds, but I didn't want people to have to like run really fast. Now, something I can demonstrate here. If you just walk in here and you fall down, there's a hole here, so you have to actually press sprint. And the reason there's a hole there is just because otherwise the lava would flow everywhere. And also, you can actually make it through this lava without the fire resistance. But the fire tick will probably kill you afterward. You can get I've seen people get through here and gotten lucky with the fire tick before, though. Alright, so the fire tick will hurt you for a bit, but since it's on peaceful mode, it shouldn't damage you at all. And just continue around here. There's no more lava, so you don't need to worry about that. And now you're just basically doing the exact same maze backwards, except there's an extra thing over here. So if I go all the way around this passage, back out here, this way, as you come around here, you should be able to see there's a pressure plate right there. That's placed there on purpose so you can see it. And then now what you're trying to do is get to it. And it's just around here, over here, and these blocks are here because of the lava on the floor above. Those are the holes that hold them in place, the lava. So the pressure plate is just right here. It gives you jump boost. And the jump boost is just used in the exact same hole that you fell down in the last room, which some people actually took a while to find. It's just right here. So this is the exact same hole that you've been falling in the entire time, just that location. And then if you go over here, there's lava again, and some people actually just jump into this lava. I'm not sure why, but no, that's definitely not the solution. If you look over here, you see you're actually really close to the button that gave you fire resistance in the first place, so you can press that again and go up here. And the button is just right up here. Alright, so that was all the rooms going over in this episode. I'll go over rooms 17 through 24 in the next one. 24? Yes, that's right. 17 through 24. That's 8 times 3. Okay. So yeah, those are the rooms in the next episode. But for now, my name is silverlava, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.